Hi guys, today is the day of 28th of shadowing technique, and the episode today is get up and get it done. So let's get started.
Hi, my friends.
Hi my friends,
It's Jenny here.
it's Jenny here.
How are you doing
How are you doing today? Were your day gentle or calm, or a little busy and messy? Maybe it's were a mix of both.
Whatever it was,
Wherever it
I
were,
hope you found
at
one
least
small moment
one small
make you
moment
smile.
that make you
I'd love to
smile.
know,
I'd love
what's
to
one
know
little
what
thing
one
that
little
stood out
thing
in your
that
day?
stood out in your day.
Share it with me in the
Share with
comments.
me in the
I
comments.
always
I
read
always
them, and it
read
makes me
them
feel
and
closer
make it
to
feel
you,
closer
no matter
to
where in the
you,
world
no
you
matter
are.
where in the world
Right
you
now,
are.
I'm sitting
Right
with a
now, I'm
warm
sitting
drink beside me.
with a warm
The
drink
sky
beside me.
outside
The
is
sky
soft and gray.
outside is soft and
Thinking
gray,
about
and
something
thinking
simple,
about
but
something,
powerful,
thinking
soft
about
and gray.
something
And I've been thinking
simple
about something simple, but
but
powerful.
powerful.
How much
How much
energy
energy
it takes just to begin,
take to
not to
begin,
finish,
not
not
finish,
to be perfect,
not be perfect,
just
just to
to
begin.
begin. Have you ever
Have you
had one
ever
of those
had
days
one
where
of
everything
those
feels
days
heavier
where
than usual?
everything feels
The
heavier
bed
than
feels
usual?
warmer.
The bed
The
feels
world feels louder.
warmer. The bed feels warmer. The world feels louder.
Even brushing your
Even
teeth
brushing
feels
your
like a
teeth feels
mission.
like a mission.
Sometimes it's not even a bad day. It's just
Nothing
feels right.
feel right.
You tell
You
yourself,
tell
I
yourself, I should
should
start.
but your body
But your body doesn't
and
move.
your heart whispers.
And your
What if I
heart
fail
whispers,
again?
what if
Or,
I fail again?
what's the point?
What's the point?
If you've been there,
If you've
you're
been
not
there,
alone.
you're not alone.
That space
That
between
space between
intention and
intention
action
and
is one of
action
the most
is
tender
one of the
places
most
we
tender
live in.
places we
But
live in,
it's also the
but
space
also
where
the space
change
where
begins.
change begins.
This
This
episode is
episode
about
is about that moment,
that
that
quiet,
quiet,
life-changing moment when you
life-changing
choose
moment
to get
when
up
you
and get
choose to
it
get
done,
up and get it done,
even when it's hard.
even when it's hard.
Because
Because that decision,
tiny as it is,
tiny
can
as it is,
shift your
it can completely shift your energy,
your
your
self-trust,
self-trust,
your day.
your day.
We'll talk about
What
the
we
emotional
talk
weight
about
of
emotional
starting,
weight
the
of
truth
starting,
about
the
motivation,
truth about motivation, and how gently
back
take
your
back
power,
your power step by step.
And of course,
And
if
of course, if you're here to improve your English,
this is real practice.
this is real practice.
You're listening to
natural
conversation,
conversation,
learning
emotional vocabulary, and slowly building confidence just by showing up.
So thank you for being here.
Sometimes the most important action is the
smallest
smallest one,
like swinging your legs over the side of
swinging
the
the
bed,
leg over the side of your bed,
standing up,
like standing
even if you're
up,
still
even
tired.
if you feel tired,
Opening your laptop,
and opening your
even if
laptop,
mind
even if your
full of
mind
doubt.
is full down.
Often wait for a
And
perfect
we
moment.
often wait for a perfect moment when we feel strong, when we feel inspired.
But the truth
But
is,
seriously,
that moment
that moment may never come
In real
on
life,
its own.
it often
In
works
real
the other
life,
way
it
around.
often works in another
In real life, it often works the other way around.
other way around.
You
You
move
move
first,
first, and then your mind slowly follows.
You act,
You act,
and
and then you feel a little more ready. Think about momentum like Harold
At the
Will.
start, it
At
doesn't want
the
to
start, it wasn't
It
want to
resists.
move. It
But
resists.
once it begins
But
turning,
when it begins turning, slowly, it becomes easier.
That's what happens
That's what
with effort.
happens with effort,
Creativity.
with creativity, with
Self-trust.
self-trust.
The beginning is
The
the
beginning
hardest
is hardest part.
part.
And if you can move through
even
that,
just a little,
when just a little, something inside you wake up.
You remember that
You
you're
remember
not
that
broken.
you're not broken.
You're just
You're
in place.
stuck in
Stuck
place.
is not a life
And
sentence.
stuck in not
Stuck is
license
just a
is stuck
state, a
just a
pause,
state,
a
a pause,
freeze.
a freeze,
Not
not
a failure.
a failure,
Not forever.
forever.
There have been many days.
But how many days?
More than I want
More
to
than I
admit.
want to admit.
When I
sat
on the
on the
floor
floor
of my
with my room, I'm trying to decide whatever I should do the next thing. Record the podcast, answer the message, even go outside and get some light. I feel frozen, quiet, like everything was too much, and my brain just starting in every reason not to begin. I learned something. If I could just start even badly, I could change the story, not the whole story, not end it. Turn the pace on I on. Maybe I just needed someone to say it's okay. It's okay if it's messy. It's okay if you don't feel like it.
okay if your
It's
heart
okay
is
if your heart is
unsure.
unsure.
What matters
What matter is
you don't have to
you
do
don't
everything.
have to do everything. You just have to do the next small
And
thing.
let that
And let that
small
small
thing
thing remind you
you're
you're
still
still
alive.
alive.
And you're
And
still
you're
in
still in
charge
charge
of
of
how
how the
the
movement
moment
goes.
goes.
You can start over at any time of the day, not just in the morning, not just on Monday. Right now is a perfect good time. So if you've been sitting still for too long, emotionally, mentally, or even physically,
This is your reminder.
this is your
You're
reminder.
allowed to
You're not
begin
allowed.
again.
You're allowed to
You're
move.
allowed to
You
try.
are allowed to
The
try.
beginning doesn't
The
have to look
beginning
big.
doesn't have
It just
a big
has to
look.
begin.
It just has to begin. And there's something we always were true. That motivation will show up exactly when we need it.
Spark of energy.
That spark of energy, that burst the inspiration, that voice that say, let go. You can do it. But if we live longer enough, we'll probably notice motivation isn't always there. And even when it comes, it doesn't always stay.
Some days
You wake up and feel ready.
Other
Other
days
days you stare at the ceiling, wondering if you can do
all.
anything at all.
Tell
You
yourself.
tell yourself,
We
we start
more
with
motivated.
I feel more motivated. But motivation doesn't work like a switch.
It doesn't turn on.
It doesn't turn on just because we want it to. And here the gentle too we often forget. You don't have to feel like doing something to do it. You can be tired. You can be unmotivated. You can feel lost, unsure, even doubtful, and still take one step. That's not failure. That's power. That's discipline.
And one of the most
You can give yourself when we're tired of our action to how we feel. If we give away our power and we wait and wait. And sometimes the waiting becomes a habit, a way of protecting ourselves from
a way of staying safe in habit, a way of protecting ourselves from discomfort,
discomfort,
a way of
a way of
staying
staying
safe inside
safe
the idea
inside the idea maybe
Think
later.
about this.
Think about it.
How many
moments
moments
of your life have already passed while you were waiting
and how much
to
of your
feel?
strength is
How
still waiting
much
to be
of
discovered?
strength
We're waiting to feel ready.
and how much your strength is still waiting to be discovered in motion? Don't rush. Good thing needs roots first.
And one of the strongest roots you can grow
is
is
the
even when
ability.
motivation doesn't visit.
Even when motivations don't visit you. Let's look at another way.
Imagine
Imagine if your best friend were
They
struggling.
say,
They say,
I don't feel
I
like
don't
doing
feel
anything
like doing anything
Would you
today.
yell at them?
Would you yell
Would
at
you say,
them?
too bad?
Would you say,
You're lazy.
well, too bad,
Do
you're
it
lazy.
anyway?
Do it anyway?
Number.
No.
You'd probably
You'll
be
probably
gentle.
be gentle.
You'd say something like,
You say
"That's
something
okay.
like, it's okay.
Just do what you can.
Just do what you can. Or
Start small.
start small.
I'm proud of you for
I
trying.
found you for
Now ask
trying.
yourself this.
Now ask
Why
yourself
don't you
this.
speak to
Why
yourself
don't
that
you
way?
speak to yourself
You're
that
not
way?
weak
You're
for
not
not
weak
wanting to get up.
for not waiting to
human.
get up. You're human.
Your
Your mind
wants
sometimes
rest
wants to rest
or
or comfort or
escape.
escape.
But part of
But
being
part
kind
of
to
being
yourself
kind
is
to
not
yourself
letting those
is not letting those
decide your
feelings
future.
decide your future.
Honor them.
You can honor them without obeying them.
Think of motivation.
Think of
like the
motivation
weather.
like the water. Someday the sky is clear, someday it's gray.
But if you
But if you only go outside on sunny days, you will miss so much life. You have deeper reason to act, something stronger than good or motivation. Maybe it's your value, your dreams, your commitment to showing up for yourself.
That's what you
can learn on when motivation disappears.
A
A listener once wrote to me and said, Jenny, I don't feel like doing anything. I want to learn English, but I just can't find the energy. And I said, that's okay. You don't need energy to listen. Just play a podcast while you brush your teeth, while you walk, while you lie on the floor, and breathe. That counts. Because it's there. Progress isn't always big or loud. Sometimes it's just you not giving up. Maybe today you watch one dish, maybe you write one sentence, maybe you work for 5 minutes, or speak one sentence in English out loud to yourself.
not
That's
small.
not small.
That's courage.
That's courage.
Your
Your
motivation,
motivation
will come and go.
will come and
But
go.
your
Your ability to choose.
That's
That's
yours
yours
every day,
every hour.
even right now.
Even right now.
So if you're waiting for
So if
motivation
you're waiting
to
for
arrive
motivation
like
to arrive like a guest, don't wait too long. You are the one who opened the door. You are the one who can take one small step. And let that step bring motivation closer to you. You don't have to do everything today. You just have to remember,
Without motivation,
even without motivation, you still get to move forward. And that's, my friend, most beautiful kind of train. Sometimes a whole day can feel like it's slipping away. Look at the clock and already afternoon. Your to-do list is still full. Your body feels slow, and your mind somewhere
far away.
far away. It's easy to let the day take control.
To let one late
To
start.
let one late start. One moment when this start turn into a whole day with
But
that
here's
plan.
something I want you to
But it's
remember.
something I want to remember. You can take the day back anytime. You can take the day. You can begin
2 p.m.
at 9 a.m., 6 a.m., 2 a.m., even midnight. The moment you choose to show yourself again. The day challenge.
You are not behind.
You are not behind. You are not too late. You are simple at the point where a decision is possible. That decision doesn't have to be loud or dramatic. You don't need to brush yourself hard. You just need to stand for truth. What is one thing I can do right now for myself? Sometimes that's one thing that brush your hair. Sometimes it's drinking a glass of water. Sometimes it's turning off distraction
And starting the
and
work
starting the
matters.
work that matter. And sometimes
forgiving
it's
yourself
forgiving
for not being
yourself
perfect
for
today.
not being perfect
We
today.
often think of
We often think of
success as this giant
success
mountain.
as giant
Climb
mountain.
and climb.
You climb
And
and
one
climb,
bad day
and one
throws
bad
you
day
all the
threw
way
you
back to
all
the
the
bottom.
way back to the
But
bottom.
that's not how
But
growth
that's
works.
not how
Real
growth
growth is like
works.
a trail in the
Real
forest.
growth is
Take
like a
steps.
trail. You can step,
Rest.
you rest,
Trip.
you trip,
Pause.
you pause,
And
and then you keep going.
The
The
path
past
is
is still there.
It's yours.
It's yours.
Taking the day back
Taking a day back
doing
doesn't mean
everything.
doing
It just
everything.
means
It's just
stop
you
letting
stop
the
letting
day
the day
decide for you.
decide for you.
Decide.
You decide.
decide
You
to stop
decide to
scrolling and
stop
breathe.
growing and breathe.
Decide to
You
reply to that
decide to
message you've been
reply the
avoiding.
message you've been avoiding. You decide to return your routine even if you do only for 10 minutes.
What it means
That's
to
what
own your
it
time
means for
again.
all your time
Not
again.
perfectly,
Not perfectly,
but
but
intentionally. Let me
intentionally.
share something
Let me
that's
share
helped me a
something
lot.
that helped me a
When I
lot.
feel like the day is
When I
lost,
feel like a day
I
is
pause and say this
lost,
to
I
myself.
pause and say this to
I
myself.
still
I still
have time
have time to do
kind
something.
for my future
Time
self.
with my future self.
That line pulls me back.
That's
Because it
right.
reminds me that
Because
every
that
small
reminds me
action I
that
take now
every small
is a
action
gift to the
is
version
a
of me
gift
who
to
wakes
be
up
the version
tomorrow.
of me who
It
wake
could
up
be something
tomorrow.
tiny.
It could be something tiny like tidy up my desk and choose to sleep early, or finishing just one task instead of 5.
That one action
That's one action
changes
changes
the
the
entire
energy of the
day.
entire day.
Because instead of
Because instead of
ending
ending
feeling like I
day,
let
feel
myself
like I
down,
let myself down. I ended, feel like I
showed
show up.
Even if it was
Even
late.
if it's late,
Even if it was
even
hard.
if it were hard,
Maybe you just
needed someone to say it.
You are still
You are
allowed
still
to
allowed to
begin
begin
again.
again.
Even if the morning was a mess.
Even if morning was a mess, even you said you would do it better, even if your heart feels ready. The movement,
This moment is not ruined.
this moment is
It's
not ruined,
available.
it's available,
And
and you, my friend, are not far
gone.
gone.
You're
You
just
just
a few
feel
gentle steps away.
gentle step away from feeling power of yourself. Let today be what is. You don't need to fix the past fire. You just need to find one. The day isn't over, and even if it's
You're
Eve,
not.
you're not.
There was a day
That's for a day last winter that I still remember
It
clearly.
wasn't dramatic.
It wasn't
Nothing big
traumatic.
happened.
Nothing big happened, but inside, I felt completely disconnected.
The sky was
The
heavy.
sky was heavy.
My room was
My
quiet.
room was
I
quiet.
had things to do.
I had things to do.
Teach a
Teach
lesson,
the
record a
lesson,
podcast,
record
send some
the
replies,
podcast, and send a
and I
reply. And I just
didn't
want
want
to. Just I
Sat on
didn't
the
want
floor in
to.
my hoodie,
I sat on my
holding a
floor in my
warm mug of tea that had
holding a
already
warm
gone
mug
cold.
of tea that already got
Cold.
cold.
And I thought,
But I
maybe
thought
I'll skip
maybe
today.
I skip today.
No one will really
No one
notice.
will really
It's
notice.
fine.
It's fine.
But it wasn't
but it
fine.
wasn't fine.
Because
Because giving that day wasn't
rest.
about rest.
It wasn't about
It was
recovery. It was about
recovery.
fear.
And that's worse
I was
than
afraid
fear.
that I'd show
I
up and
was
not
afraid that I show up and not do it well.
do it well. Afraid that my
Afraid that my energies were too low, or my voice
my
is too
words
flat, my
dull.
word is too dull.
Afraid that I would
Afraid
disappoint someone.
that I would disappoint someone.
Maybe I wasn't
Afraid that
enough
maybe I
that day.
wasn't enough today.
So
I stayed still for a long time.
Then
There something happened. I got a message from a student. Just one sentence.
Jenny,
Journey,
your last
your episode have been so very sad evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It wasn't
That's
a
for a big
but it
message.
felt like
I feel like a small line.
And I thought,
And I thought,
what if showing up
what is
today
showing up
could be a
today
small life
could be
for
a
someone
small
else
life for
too?
someone else too.
So I stood up.
So I stood up.
Not confidently.
Not confidently, not enthusiastically,
Softly.
just softly.
Put on
I
makeup.
didn't put on makeup. I didn't rehearsal. I didn't rehearse. I didn't. I just hit record
Spoke
and
gently
spoke
from where I
straight
was.
from where I was
Said,
and said,
today is not
today
a high
is not
energy
a
day.
high energy day,
I'm still here.
but I'm still here.
Maybe that's enough.
Maybe that's enough.
That
That episode ended up reaching more people than I expected.
I got
I got response from listeners saying, this one feel like one hug. Or
it's
it is exactly what I needed. Not because I was perfect, but because I was
because I
real.
showed up.
Because I showed up, even when I feel unsure. Sometimes your best work comes when you're not trying to impress anyone. You're just being honest. And that honest creates connection. You create healing, not just for others, but for you too. Something powerful about doing what matters, even when you're not in the mood. You're not pretending everything okay. You're just saying, it still matters to me, and I will be here for it. You don't always need more energy. Sometimes you just need a reason. And if you can't find a big reason today, let the small one be enough. That it. I want to keep a promise to myself. I want to feel proud of the end of the day. I want to build a kind of train. Maybe you're not saving the world today. Maybe you're just watching this with music playing, or replying that email that's shaking fingers, or getting back your English student after a week away. But you're doing it, even if it's slow, even if your mind resists, even if your heart is unsure. You're doing it. Then that's what matters. So when the next heavy day comes, it's still, remember this. You don't have to wait for a perfect mood, the perfect setting, or the perfect you. You just have to show up as you are, because that's enough. Sometimes we go searching for a right routine, for a right words, for a right version of ourselves. The one who feels ready, focused, brave. We think, if I could just fix myself, even then be able to move, they could become stronger, calmer, or motivated. Then I get things done. But here's what I learned, and what I hope Rachel heard today. You already have to what it takes. It's not in some future version of you. It's not waiting on other side of success. It's here. It's small decision made when no one watching. In the moment you say yes to yourself, even when it hurts. In the way we keep going, we keep trying, even after slow start and quiet failures. But as is quiet of power in you, that's not shout. It doesn't always feel constant. It's steady and it's real. It shows up when you brush your teeth, even though your heart feels heavy. When you reply the message, even though it makes your heart sick. When you study one word of English, even though you wish you will know 100%, it shows up when you're going to start again, not because everything was big, but because you believe this moment it works for your present. You may not see it clearly now, but I promise you, there's something in you that's learning how to use, not in big laughs, but in small, honest steps. And each time you do that, you become someone your past self would be proud of, someone your future self will
No
thank.
one's told you lately.
And so if no one told you lately, you do better than you think. You're growing in way you can't always feel. And every effort you're making, even when it's quiet, is building something solid. Even when you feel stuck, your heart is still learning. Even when the progress is slow, it's still real. Even when today you feel messy, it's still count. So take it with you. You don't need to become someone else to move forward. You just need to believe that the train you're searching for already grow inside you. Every time you get up and get it done, even a little, you prove it to yourself again. Before we end, I want you to take a deep breath wherever you are. Lie down, working, sitting by a window, just pause. Breathe in,
Hold it gently.
and
let it go. You showed up for this
You
moment.
showed up for this moment.
Perfect.
You didn't have to be perfect. You didn't have to finish it. You don't have to be here to
That's already
as
something
you
to be
were.
proud of.
That's already
There's one
there's
and you were. That's already
there's
something to be
always
proud of.
something to be
There's one
proud.
tiny
There
action
was
you can do
that
after.
one tiny action you can
this.
do after this.
Writing one word.
Writing one
Opening
word.
your book.
Open your
Closing
book.
your eyes for
Closing
rest.
your eye for rest.
Be a gentle
Let it
gift
be
to yourself.
gentle gift for
Not
yourself.
pressure.
Not pressure,
Just
just
love.
love.
You are allowed
You're
to
allowed to
begin
begin again, as many
takes.
times as
And every
it
time
takes.
you do,
And every time you do, you become a little stronger, a
softer,
little softer,
a little
a little
more you.
more you.
I'm so glad
I'm so glad you spent this time together. You're not alone on this path. See you in the next episode. So this is the end of the episode today. Thank you for listening.